Then I said, "Oh no you don't, not today you sick bastard," and then when Art the Clown saw my face he scowled angrily at me, but then Art did something that surprised me. He used sign language to talk to me and he said in sign language, "Get out of my way you fucking freak," and then I said in sign language, "You can talk," and then I him, "Why are you killing innocent people?" and then Art said in sign language, "People like this are assholes and I only kill mean assholes," and then I said to him sign language, "No you're the asshole," and I nodded and sighed, and then I said, "I'm going to hurt you really bad today, and because I know what you were going to do to that innocent girl just because she didn't want to give you candy, you're a grown-ass man you psychotic fuck," and then he lunged at me but he wasn't aiming for me, and then he stabbed Allie in the arm and then she screamed in agonizing pain, and then I punched Art knocking him off his feet, and then I said, "Get the fuck out of here kid, run away, you don't need to see this," and then I put my leather gloves on and then I made sure to get Allie out of there first, and she ran away terrified of that clown, and she ran so far and fast to Sienna Shaw's house that she nearly had a heart attack, and then she finally made it to her friend Sienna Shaw's house and she said, "Help me please, a psychotic clown tried to kill me but a very handsome bald man stopped him. I don't know if he's still alive, so please call someone to help him, he's all alone with that monster. That clown tried to kill me," and then Allie explained everything to the cops about what Art the Clown looks like, and then they said that man is a wanted criminal, we have been looking for him, and that bald man you described fits the description of one of the young people. It was a bald man that also identified him in Miles County, and then Allie told the cops her address, but this time I decided not to kill Art the Clown, so I beat him up so bad that it mangled his arms where he couldn't move them anymore, and then I put first divine metal handcuffs on him really tight so that he couldn't escape them even if he tried, because they are enchanted with magic and he could never remove his handcuffs, and then finally the cops showed up and then they saw the clown laying on the ground and then they pointed their weapons at me and they said, "Let me see your hands," and then I said, "You dumb fucks, I'm the one that caught him. The guy is wearing a clown costume and he's very dangerous. I'm not getting off of him. I can't move, not until I know he can't hurt anyone else. You dumb assholes have no idea what you're dealing with," and then they said, "We know about him but we still need to see your hands sir please," and then I said, "I don't have a fucking weapon when I made the citizen's arrest," and then they said, "Hands now," and then I said, Fine, look, no weapons, you happy? I don't have any fucking weapons," and then I said, "Be careful around him, he's very dangerous," and then they put handcuffs on me and they said, "We are sorry sir, but we have to do this for our own safety," and then I said, "You have got to be fucking kidding me, this maniac just tried to kill an innocent teenager. I'd be worried about him if I were you," and then Art the Clown said in sign language, "It's not over yet Mikey boy," and then I said, "Please take these handcuffs off of me, I'm not the one you're looking for," and then Art the Clown said in sign language, "I'm going to kill all the police officers that get close to me, and it's all your fault Mike," and then one of the police officers smirked and said, "Is that sign language? Because I just saw everything you said," and then the police officer said, "You sick bastard, take Mike's handcuffs off," and then the officer took my handcuffs off and then I said, "Let me ride with you down to the police station," and then Art the Clown got very angry and upset and he said, "I'm going to kill all these assholes soon as I get the chance," and then I signed back at Art the Clown that I'm not going to give you a chance to kill these people and you're going to prison where you will not hurt anyone else ever again, and then they sent in a detective that could do sign language and they interrogated him and he confessed to many crimes going back years, and then I said to all the police officers, "Whatever you do from here on out, be very careful because he's very dangerous. He's not like regular killers and he doesn't care who he kills or how much he hurts himself. He will kill anyone, so whatever you do, don't put him in general population with other criminals because a death sentence for everyone else around him," and then many other police officers interrogated him and then they all decided he is a very sick person that loves to kill people, and their diagnosis was that he's a complete and total psychopath that also loves torturing and murdering innocent people, and then the police detective said in front of me they should give him the death sentence or throw him in solitary confinement forever and throw away the key.